I hope that you had a great Christmas and you had a wonderful holiday season and you're getting excited for this new year. I know I'm super excited. I have lots of goals that I'm hoping to accomplish in 2017. I never really made New Year's resolutions because I just would never follow through with them, and I just kind of found it to be a waste of time, honestly. And I just realized, like, I can't be the only one that cannot follow through with the New Year's resolution. So I started doing some research, and I found a study from 2011 that says that 80% of all New Year's resolutions fail, and only I think it said 12% of people actually achieve their goals that they set for the year. And then you have like this limbo 8% where they make some progress but they don't quite achieve their goals. So I was like, well, that's pointless. All these people have these amazing goals that are really going to help their lifestyle and their health and just improve their quality of life, and they're not following through. And so I started doing some research, and I found some awesome studies that talk about how you can actually be successful in achieving your goals. So the first thing I want you to do is make sure you have a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen, and I'm actually going to have you guys write some stuff. And the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to write down your goal or goals for this year. My examples will be specifically fitness related, but they can be really anything. So let's say your goal is I want to lose weight. Write that down and we're going to start from there. I personally recommend making it a goal that is I'm going to do something, not something that's I'm not going to do this or I'm going to avoid this. So try to frame it in a way that is I'm going to accomplish this. And then once you're done with that, I want you to really think about why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. Statistically, if you're setting out to change something or if you're striving for a goal, you're going to be more successful if you're doing it for yourself. So maybe this is something that you do for the next couple days. Like, really think about why you're doing it and who you're doing it for. And if you can do something for yourself, I promise it's going to be so much better and more successful for you. So that's the first thing I want you to do. Once you've done that, I want to make sure that your goals are SMART. S is specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is realistic, and T is timely. So we're going to go ahead and write down SMART on your piece of paper. And we're going to go through and make sure that whatever your goals are, that they are SMART. So let's start with specific. Not just I want to lose weight, let's make it specific. I want to lose 20 pounds by May 1st. Let's say that that's your goal. So now it's very specific and you have definite criteria that you can decide if you are being successful or not. And that also allows you to measure your goals. And so by adding in, I want to lose 20 pounds, that's something that you can pretty easily measure. And that can be for anything. Whatever you're doing, make sure it's specific, make sure that you can measure it. Next, make sure that it's attainable. If you're trying to reach 75 pounds, that's not something that you can attain if you're a 6-foot guy. Like, that's just not attainable. Make sure that your goals are attainable, and more than that, make sure that they're realistic. Make sure that these are goals that you can realistically attain, because otherwise you're just going to end up getting frustrated and give up. The last thing I want you to make sure you're doing is make sure it's timely. If your goal is weight loss, I usually don't recommend losing more than 2 pounds a week. It took me over 1.5 years to lose 20 pounds. It did take a really long time, but I've never had a problem with my weight coming back. So whatever you're deciding that you want to do for your New Year's resolution, make sure that you know that this isn't going to be an overnight process. You're going to have to work at this for a really long time. But with that, especially if you set increment goals, I think that that's a better approach than doing all or none. So instead of saying, I'm just never, ever, ever going to eat any chocolate ever again, say, I'm going to stop eating cake by February 1st. And I'm going to stop eating Reese's Pieces by February 1st or by March 1st. And you just keep going. Set like little milestones that you can achieve realistically. So once you've made sure that your goals are SMART, the next thing that I really want to do is talk about how you're going to implement it. Because a goal is more than just an idea of things that you want to accomplish. You also have to have a goal that goes with it. The first thing that I want us to look at is what we call effortful inhibition. That's like if you're trying to lose weight and you go to a party and you see a chocolate cake, you're just like, I'm not going to eat that. I need to stop. I cannot eat that. I need to look away. And for a lot of people that is successful, but that's probably the hardest way to be successful when you're trying to accomplish a goal. So what they recommend is that you do something called prospection and planning. So have a definite plan of how you're going to accomplish your goal. I'm going to sign up for a membership at my local gym. I'm going to go 3 times a week. I'm going to do cardio 3 days a week and lift 2 times a week. set definite little like plans of what you're going to do to accomplish your goals, and also think about things that might inhibit you from reaching your goals. So right now I want you to write down 3 things that could possibly inhibit you from reaching your goal. And I want you to come up with reasons or ways that you can work around that. So go ahead and do that now. If you need to pause the video, feel free. And I also want you to make a small little game plan, even if it's just like 1 or 2 little bullets, or if it's 16, whatever you need. Make a list of exactly what you need to do in order to reach your goals. So go ahead and do that. And then when you're all done with that, the next thing that I want to look at is making your behavior automatic. If something's a habit and you don't really have to think about it, it's going to be way, way easier to follow through with it. And so there's a couple of ways that you can make a behavior automatic other than just hoping that it becomes automatic after 3 weeks or whatever. The main way that psychologists do that is through if-then statements. And so they do this a lot. For example, if you're trying to help somebody remember to take a medication, they'll have their patient say, if I'm brushing my teeth at 7 p.m. right before bed, then I am going to take my medicine. And so making those statements and saying them 3, 4, 5 times out loud really, really increases the rate at which people follow through and take their medication. So make 2 or 3 if-then statements right now. Write them down and then say them out loud. If I am at a New Year's Eve party, I am not going to eat the chocolate cake. Go ahead, it doesn't have to be anything like that. It can just be any scenario that's going to help you remember what to do, and make your behavior automatic. And once it becomes automatic, it's going to be so much easier for you to follow through. The last thing that I wanted to touch on is make sure that you tell someone. Tell 1, 2, 3 people, close friends, family. Have a support system, because if you have someone there to hold you accountable, then you're going to be much more likely to succeed. And it doesn't need to be someone that's going to make you feel bad about yourself if you fail, because everybody makes mistakes. But instead of, telling you, oh, it's okay, you can get back on the train tomorrow. No, get right back on it. As soon as you realize that you've done something that is not helping you reach your goal, get right back on it. Don't just waste the rest of the day, and find people that are going to support you and help you remember, no, this is okay, I make mistakes, but I'm going to keep going because I have a goal that I'm trying to reach by January 1st of 2018. So I hope that these are some practical ways that will help you reach your goals, and I'm really excited to see all the progress that everybody makes throughout this next year, and hopefully this helps you reach those goals. Have a great 2017, and I'll see you on my next video.